My sister-in-law asked me for $75,000. When I said no, she tried to turn my entire family against me. I built my business from nothing. No inheritance, no investors, no handouts. By 38, I was clearing 7 figures a year. I say that because everyone in my family knows exactly what I make, and that's where every single problem starts. I decided early I wasn't going to be the guy who stockpiles money while people around him struggle. I pay my parents' mortgage. I help both my brothers when they need it. When my younger brother needed help with medical bills, I didn't hesitate. But the biggest chunk of what I give goes to my sister-in-law, Jenna's school. Jenna teaches 2nd grade in one of the poorest districts in the state. Half her kids show up hungry. Some wear the same clothes 3 days in a row. I funded a breakfast program so every kid in her building eats before class. Then an after-school tutoring program. I dropped 6 figures a year into that school, and I double it tomorrow. Then there's Caroline. Caroline is my older brother Marcus's wife. She decided her son Ethan needed to attend Whitfield Academy. Blazers at age 9. Parents driving cars that cost more than houses. Ethan's been in public school since kindergarten, doing great. But Caroline wanted Whitfield. She applied. The school said a substantial contribution would help demonstrate commitment. Translation: write a big check or your kid stays on the waitlist. Marcus and Caroline showed up at my house on a Saturday. Marcus looked like he didn't want to be there. Caroline did all the talking. We need you to make a donation to Whitfield. $75,000. You want me to pay $75,000 so a school that doesn't need money lets your kid skip the line? It's not skipping the line. That's how these institutions work. I said no. That money does more good feeding kids who have nothing than buying a seat at a school with a crest on the blazer. Her expression changed. So Jenna's students deserve your money, but your own nephew doesn't. Those kids don't eat dinner, Caroline. She stood up. You're going to regret this. She walked out. Marcus followed without a word. 2 weeks later, my mother called. Said Caroline had been telling the entire family I refused to help my nephew while throwing money at strangers. My aunt called me selfish. My cousin said I was being self-righteous. Marcus texted saying just do it to keep the peace. Then Jenna called. Her voice was shaking. Did you tell Caroline you were pulling the school funding? My stomach dropped. What are you talking about? She called me. Said you were reconsidering where the donations go. Told me to start looking for other funding because the money might not be there next year. My hands went tight around the phone. Caroline had called Jenna and lied straight to her face. She went after kids who can't eat to get her son into a school with a crest on the blazer. Jenna didn't say any of that. The funding isn't going anywhere. She made it up. Jenna was quiet for a long time. Then she said, she also told me if you don't help Ethan, she'll make sure the whole family knows how you spend every dollar and let them decide if it's fair. I sat with that for 3 days. Then I made my decision. Thanksgiving dinner. Everyone at my parents' house. Both brothers. Both SILs. All the kids. Caroline walked in smiling like nothing happened. Hugged my mom. Complimented the turkey. After dinner I stood up. Said I needed to clear something up since there'd been a lot of talk about me and my money. Caroline's jaw tightened. I looked directly at her. You called Jenna and told her I was pulling the school funding. You lied to a woman who feeds hungry children every single day to scare her into pressuring me. Then you told this entire family I was choosing strangers over my nephew. You left out the part where those strangers are 7-year-olds who go to bed without dinner. Dead silence. That's not. Caroline started. I pulled out my phone and read the text she'd sent to 3 different family members, word for word. Then I showed Jenna's message confirming exactly what Caroline had told her. Marcus stared at his wife. You called Jenna? Caroline's face went white. She opened her mouth but nothing came out. My mom set her fork down slowly. You tried to take food from children who have nothing so your son could wear a blazer? I was just advocating for my child. You manipulated every person at this table, I said, and you used hungry kids as leverage to do it. My dad turned to Marcus. Did you know about this? Marcus stared at his plate, didn't say a word. That told everyone what they needed to know. Caroline grabbed her purse and left. Marcus followed her out. Nobody stopped them. My mom looked at me from across the table. She didn't say anything for a long time. Then she said, don't you ever stop helping those kids. Next morning I wrote the check for Jenna's school. Same amount as every year. Added 10%. 3 months later, Marcus called. Voice was quiet. He apologized. Said Caroline had withdrawn Ethan's application from Whitfield. He was staying in public school. He made honor roll this semester, Marcus said. I know, I said. He was always going to be fine. That was never the problem.